Very good morning, children. Welcome to our English session. Today, let us begin our Unit 6. As it has become a tradition of getting into every unit with a style. This style sheet is very important because it reveals the theme of the unit, which is interlinked with all the three lessons of the unit. Now, let us have a glance on it for a couple of seconds. Children, I think you might have observed this style sheet. What do you find over there? Yes, we found different pictures. Do you think all these pictures shows the same? No, they are with different concepts. Can you tell me the place where we find all these variations? Yes, it is nothing but all these variations and diversities can be seen in only one nation, that is India. India is the only country where we can find or experience variations and diversities in every step of our lives. The diversities can be seen in the language, customs, traditions, climatic conditions, food habits, dressing styles, and everywhere. So, do you think all these variations can break our nation? No. Instead, they make our nation to be united. Because every Indian heart is filled with the Indianness or oneness, which makes India unique. Now, let us shift our focus on face sheet. Children, have you observed your face sheet? Yes. What does this picture signify? Obviously, this particular picture signifies religious harmony. Religious harmony means here people are enjoying the different religions. They are not confined. They have not confined with their own religious feelings or caste feelings. People have been liberated. People have been liberated from their clutches of all these caste and religious feelings. Do you experience the theme reflected in the picture in your real life? Yes, we can experience this theme in our lives, in every step of our lives. Your classroom is the best example, your locality where you live is the best example, all the public places are the best examples to experience this theme. If not, what may be the possible reason for this? Definitely we can say that if you do not experience this one, definitely you might have been suffered from the social inequality and communal intolerance, which should not be existed in our country. Let us start our reading with the same spirit. Now we got to know the theme of the sixth unit. The theme of the sixth unit is nation and diversity. Now our reading a lesson is my childhood. Whose childhood is this? It is the childhood of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was an Indian aerospace scientist and politician who served as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He studied physics and aerospace engineering, and he spent 4 decades as a scientist and science administrator at DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, and ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, and worked for the Indian Civilian Space Program and Military Missile Development Program. Thus, he came to be known as the Missile Man of India. And he worked for the development of the ballistic missiles and launch vehicle technology. So, he is not only a great scientist and a politician, besides he is a great writer. So, and he is a great motivator. He inspires many of them with his quotation. Umbrella cannot stop the rain, but it makes us to stand in rain. Confidence never brings success, but gives us power to face the challenge in our lives. Let us know something about our writer. Our writer is none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's childhood days, it is nothing but an autobiographical sketch. The text of this lesson is an autobiographical sketch. Here, the writer is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, writes his own experiences which were experienced in his childhood. So, how his childhood days were linked with our theme, how it reflects, how his childhood reflects our theme, nation and diversity. Let us see this lesson. Before getting into the lesson, let us know about our writer, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. Abdul Pakir Jainal Abdin Abdul Kalam was born on 15th October 1931 at Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. He was responsible for the evaluation of ISRO's launch vehicle program, particularly the PSLV configuration, and for the development and operationalization of Agni and Prithvi missiles, and for building indigenous capability and critical technologies through networking of multiple institutions. Now, let us know the complete name of Abdul Kalam. We used to say that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's complete name is Dr. Abdul Pakir Jainalabdin Abdul Kalam. He was born on 15th October 1931. Where was he born? He was born at Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. He was responsible for the evaluation of ISRO's launch vehicle program. Evaluation, what do you mean by evaluation? Evaluation is nothing but growth or development of ISRO's. ISRO, the full form of ISRO is Indian Space Research Organization, which was formed in the year 1969, and it was headquartered at Bengaluru. And ISRO's evolution of ISRO's launch vehicle program. What do you mean by launch vehicle? Launch vehicle is nothing but carrier rocket, which is used to transport a spacecraft beyond the Earth's atmosphere. So, launch vehicle program, particularly the PSLV configuration. PSLV is nothing but Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Configuration means an arrangement of parts in a particular form. Configuration is nothing but an arrangement of parts in a particular form, and for the development and operationalization of Agni and Prithvi missiles. Dr. Kalam was a complete responsibility, has taken the complete responsibility for the launch of these two vehicles and for the building indigenous capability in critical technologies through networking of multiple institutions. Now, he is not only a great scientist but also a great writer. In his literary pursuit, 4 of Kalam's books, the 4 books which were published by the name of Kalam, which were written by Kalam, are Wings of Fire, India 2020, A Vision for the New Millennium, My Journey, and Ignited Minds, Unleashing the Power Within India. These are the 4 famous books which were written by Dr. Kalam. So, the 4 books are nothing but Wings of Fire, India 2020, A Vision for the New Millennium, My Journey, and Ignited Minds, Unleashing the Power Within India. Unleash is nothing but lose. You just lose your power. That means whatever the power, whatever the knowledge you have, that should be used within our India, within our nation, so for the development of our country. So, these titles have got such a great information, the information which inspires many of the readers. So, these books have become household names in India and among the Indian nations abroad. Dr. Kalam received honorary doctorate. What do you mean by doctorate? Doctorate means the highest degree awarded by a university. The highest degree awarded by a university from 30 universities and institutions. He was awarded the coveted civilian awards. What do you mean by coveted? Coveted means greatly desired. Coveted civilian award. What are the awards he just received? He received Padma Bhushan in the year 1981 and Padma Vibhushan in 1990, and the highest civilian award of India, that is Bharat Ratna, in 1997. Dr. Kalam became the 11th President of India on 25th July 2002. This legendary figure died on 27th July 2015 at Shillong. Now, let us go with an enthusiasm to know about these great personalities' childhood days. In every person's life, childhood is very important, which we can consider it as a golden period where we can lead a stress-free life. Let us see what sort of childhood this legendary figure has in his life. The text of this lesson is an autobiographical sketch. If I write my own life story, it can be called as autobiography. If I write somebody's life story, it can be called as a biographical sketch. Here, this Kalam writes his own life story. So, it is an autobiographical sketch. As it is an autobiographical sketch, here I, me, myself stands Kalam, because these are all experienced by Kalam. He is writing his own life story. So here in the lesson, wherever you find I, me, my, myself, all these stands Kalam. Now, this lesson is purely in first person narration. So, first person is nothing but I, first person singular is I. So, the entire lesson is with a first person narration. Let us start the lesson. Read the following extract from the Wings of Fire, where the former President of India speaks of his childhood. This lesson, this my childhood lesson, is extracted from the book Wings of Fire. As we all know very well that Kalam has written 4 famous books. Those are Wings of Fire, India 2020, Vision for the New Millennium, My Journey, Ignited Minds Unleashing the Power Within India. Among these 4 books, Kalam has spoken about his childhood in Wings of Fire. So this lesson has been extracted from the book Wings of Fire. Now let us see. I think everybody is eager to know about his childhood. Let us see what is there in it. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram in the erstwhile Madras state. If you happen to observe, I was, who is I stands, I refers Kalam. Kalam was born into a middle class Tamil family. So this middle class, it shows the economical condition of Kalam. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram. Island means a piece of land that is completely surrounded by water. A piece of land that is completely surrounded by the water. In the island town of Rameshwaram. So, this Rameshwaram is an island town. Rameshwaram is located in the erstwhile Madras state, which is now called as Chennai. Kalam's father is Jainal Abdin. His father's name was Jainal Abdin. He had 2 disadvantages. My father, Jainal Abdin, had neither much formal education nor much wealth. Kalam's father, Jainal Abdin, had 2 disadvantages in his life. What are those 2 disadvantages in his life? That he had neither formal education nor much wealth. That means his father is neither educated nor wealthy person. He is not having proper education and he is not having wealth. So, if a person wants to raise in his life, either he must be educated or he must be a wealthy person. But his father doesn't have both of these things. So, then how this man has survived in his life? So, despite what are the qualities which makes him to be survived? Let us see. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. Despite, though his father is having these 2 disadvantages, but still he possessed some good qualities, some advantages in his life. Those were, he possessed great innate wisdom. Innate means inborn, by birth. He possessed some qualities, innate wisdom. By birth he is an intelligent person. By birth he is a wise man. So he could able to grasp everything very easily. So he possessed great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. True generosity of spirit. What does it mean? True generosity of spirit means willingness to share and without expecting anything in return. He is such a gentleman, so he is such a kind-hearted man. He tries to help the fellow man, but he never expects anything from him in return. So that is nothing but true generosity of spirit. He is such an helpful person. He used to help everybody. So his father, now let us know something about Jainal Abdin. Jainal Abdin had 2 disadvantages in his life. He has neither formal education nor much wealth. Besides these disadvantages, he possessed with some advantages in his life. Those were, he had a great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit, which makes him to survive in his life. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother, Ashiyamma. Now, Kalam's mother's name is Ashiyamma. Ashiyamma. So, she is known as an ideal helpmate. Ideal. What do you mean by ideal? Ideal means most suitable. Helpmate means a helpful partner. She obeys everything what her husband says. She never opposed anything. So she is such an ideal helpmate. And my mother, Ashiyamma, I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day, but I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our family put together. So I do not recall. Recall means remember. What he couldn't remember? I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day. Kalam couldn't remember the exact number of people she fed every day. That means whoever visits their house, she used to feed them and she used to send them. She used to provide great hospitality to everyone. But I'm quite certain, but he is very much sure that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our family put together. So if the family members are like 8 members, she used to feed more than 8 people, outsiders. So nowadays, this kind of character cannot be seen anywhere. So people have become very much commercial. We never used to provide such kind of hospitality to anyone whoever visits our home. But she was the lady who used to provide such a great hospitality, and she used to feed them and used to send them. So she used to feed outsiders, far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our family put together. What does this particular quality shows? This particular quality shows the heritage of hospitality and kindness. I was quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our family put together. This particular thing shows the heritage of hospitality and kindness of this family. So Kalam was grown in such a great atmosphere. I was one of the children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks. Children, I think you might have seen Kalam. Kalam is never be handsome. So Kalam, he himself accepts it and he says, I was one of the children. I was one of the children. So among the all his siblings, he is one. So I was one of the children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks. Kalam was such a short one and with rather undistinguished looks. Rather means to some extent. Undistinguished looks, ordinary looks. That means not very attractive. So Kalam was such a short boy with rather undistinguished looks. But he never feels inferior anywhere while he is growing up in his life. He was born to a tall and handsome parents. Though he was a very short boy with rather undistinguished looks, his parents were tall and handsome. We lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was a fairly large Pakka house made of limestone and bricks on the Mass Street in Rameshwaram. This Kalam's family lived in an ancestral house. Ancestral house means of grandparents. The house which comes from their generations, from their forefathers. So they happened to live in that ancestral house. Let us know something about that house. Kalam's family lived in an ancestral house. Ancestral means of grandparents, which comes from their generations, from their forefathers. This house, we lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. This ancestral house was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was a fairly large Pakka house. It was fairly large Pakka house made of limestone. Limestone is nothing but it's a white stone and brick. And it was located on the Mask Street in Rameshwaram. My austere father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. Now let us know something about Kalam's father. As we all know very well that Kalam's father is Jainal Abidin. We got to know about his name. Let us know about the characteristic trait of Kalam's father. Kalam's father was austere. Austere means simple or plain. That means he is such a humble personality. He never used to be proud. He is very simple. And his father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. His father used to avoid all inessential which is not necessary. The things which are not necessary, he never used to provide his children the inessential comforts and luxuries, something which leads to luxurious life. He used to avoid all such comforts and luxuries. However, he provides all necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine or clothes. He avoids all inessential comforts and luxuries, but he provides all necessities. The necessities in terms of basic necessary things like food, medicine, clothes, he used to provided them, but he used to avoid all such inessential comforts and luxuries. In fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. Very secured childhood. It was a very protective childhood. So, both materially and emotionally, both related to materially, related to money, and emotionally connected with the feelings. Both materially and emotionally, his childhood was very secure. When the child is growing up in these kind of circumstances, obviously bright future of the child. So, if we happen to provide this kind of facilities to our children, definitely they could grow well. The Second World War broke out in 1939. As we all know the duration of the First World War. First World War took place in 1914 to 1918. Second World War was broke out in 1939 to 1945. When I was 8 years old, when Second World War was started, at that time Kalam was 8 years old. For reasons I have never been able to understand, a sudden demand for tamarind seeds erupted in the market. So, when the Second World War was broke out, at that time there was a sudden demand for tamarind seeds. I think everybody knows what is tamarind seeds. What is tamarind seed? Tamarind seed is extracted from the tamarind. So, there was during the Second World War, no one knows the reason, but there was a sudden demand for tamarind seeds erupted. Erupted means appeared suddenly, all of sudden. There was a sudden demand for tamarind seeds in the market. By that time, Kalam was such a small boy. As he was a small boy, he used to collect all such tamarind seeds and used to sell them to a provision shop. He used to collect all the tamarind seeds along with the other children and used to sell them at a provision shop on Mars Street, which was located on Mars Street. Provision shop is nothing but the shop where we find our household things like salt, dal and all, rice and all. So, he used to collect the tamarind seeds from the morning to till the evening, and whatever the collections he had, he used to sell them at a provision shop on a Mars Street, which was located on Mars Street. A day's collection. So, a day's collection from the morning to till the evening, whatever the tamarind seeds he collected, and would give him a princely sum of 1 anna. Princely sum of 1 anna. Princely. What do you mean by princely? Princely means not very large. Princely means not very large. A day's collection of tamarind seeds would fetch Kalam a princely sum of 1 anna. Princely means not very large. 1 anna. Anna is 1/16th part of a rupee. If a rupee has 100 pies, 1 anna is 6.25 pies. Anna. A day's collection of tamarind seeds would fetch Kalam the princely sum of 1 anna. Though it is a very least amount, but still Kalam felt very happy as he just earned it by his own. My brother-in-law Jalaluddin would tell me stories about the war, which I would later attempt to trace in the headlines in Dinamani. Now, Kalam's brother-in-law Jalaluddin, what is his role in his childhood? As we know very well, at that time Second World War was going on. At that time, this Jalaluddin, his brother-in-law Jalaluddin, used to tell him the stories about the war. Whatever the stories he would tell him, the same stories he would trace them as headlines of Dinamani. The same stories, whatever the things he used to tell Kalam, the things, those events, he used to find them as headlines of Dinamani. Dinamani is the largest circulated daily in Tamil. We have Hindu newspaper. Hindu is the largest circulated daily in English. Sakshi is the largest circulated daily in Telugu. In the same way, we have Dinamani. Dinamani was the largest circulated daily in Tamil. So whatever the stories that Jalaluddin used to tell him, the same stories he used to find them as a headlines of Dinamani on the next day. That means he happened to find the people who are very genuine. He used to grow with such a great good atmosphere. Our area being isolated was completely unaffected by the war. As we know very well that Kalam was lived at Rameshwaram. This Rameshwaram is an island town which is totally surrounded by the water. Being an island town, at that time this particular area was totally unaffected by the war as it is an island town. But soon India was forced to join the Allied forces and something like a state of emergency was declared. So though they were not completely affected by the Second World War, but very soon India was forced to join Allied forces. Allied forces is nothing but armies from different countries who are fighting on the same side in a war. By that time we were under the control of the British rule. As we were under the control of British rule, we were forced to join Allied forces. When we were forced to join Allied forces, there was a state of emergency was declared. What do you mean by emergency? Emergency means a sudden serious situation. Emergency means a sudden serious situation. A state of emergency was declared when India was forced to join Allied forces. The first casualty came in the form of the suspension of train halt at Rameshwaram station. At that time, the first casualty means a sudden happening, came in the form of the suspension of train halt at Rameshwaram station. Suspension means a temporary halt. As a part of announcement of this emergency, the first casualty, the sudden happening was took place by the suspension of the train halt at Rameshwaram station. Every day the train used to stop at Rameshwaram station. The newspapers now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanushkodi. That forced my cousin Samshuddin, who distributed newspapers in Rameshwaram, to look for a helping hand to catch the bundles, and as if naturally, I filled the slot. Samshuddin helped me earn my first wages. Half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time. Now, as we got to know that there was a suspension of train halt at Rameshwaram station, Kalam's cousin Samshuddin, he is a distributor of newspapers in Rameshwaram. So when every day he used to get the newspapers from the train. So now the train halt was suddenly stopped. At that time, Kalam's cousin Samshuddin faced a struggle to catch that newspaper. At that time, the newspapers now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanushkodi. So he is a distributor of newspapers, as he needs to get the newspapers, but the train halt was suspended. So at that time, this Samshuddin needs a helping hand, needs somebody to help him. So why? Because they want to throw these newspapers bundles from the moving train when the train was moving from Rameshwaram to Dhanushkodi. When the train was moving from Rameshwaram to Dhanushkodi, their plan was like this. They want to bundle the newspapers and they just want to throw out this newspaper bundle from the moving train are bundled and they'll be thrown out from the moving train when the train was moving from Rameshwaram to Dhanushkodi. At that time, Kalam has to catch those bundles. That forced my cousin who distributed newspapers in Rameshwaram to look for a helping hand to catch the bundles, and as if naturally I filled the slot. Such a sentence, I filled the slot. Who filled the slot here? Kalam has filled the slot. I filled the slot. Kalam has filled the slot. What is the slot here? The slot is nothing but Kalam has become a helping hand in catching the newspaper bundle when it has been thrown, when it was thrown from the moving train as the train halt was suspended during the emergency. Now, as if naturally, as this family is noted for generosity, so they are well famous for their generosity. So as if naturally, Kalam was ready to, and he just ready to fill that slot. He just want to become the helping hand to catch these newspaper bundles. Samshuddin helped me earn my first wages, and his cousin Samshuddin helped Kalam to earn his first wages. Wages are nothing but a fixed payment earned for work on daily or weekly basis. So wages are nothing but it's a fixed payment earned for work on daily or weekly basis. So Samshuddin helped Kalam in earning his first wages. Half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time. So, though it has become half a century, but still Kalam couldn't forget the surge of pride when he received his first earnings. Surge means a sudden increase of a strong feeling. Suddenly he had got such a great happiness when we happened to earn our first wages. That feeling couldn't forget in our life. So the first earnings no one can forget in their lives, and until then we used to depend on our parents. By the moment when we happen to earn our first earnings, that cannot be forgotten in anyone's life. In the same way, even Kalam also could not forget his first earnings of a century later. Thank you, children. In this session, we learnt about Kalam's few of the incidents which were taken place in Kalam's childhood. Now, in the next session, we will continue the remaining lesson in the next session.